everyone, so in today's tutorial, I'm going to be showing you how I made this thumbnail using Canva and Phonto on my iPhone for free. So let's get right into the video. So the first thing that you're going to do is open up Canva, and at the search bar at the top, you're going to search YouTube thumbnail. And you're going to scroll down until you find the option that says create plus blank, and you're going to click on that. Then you are going to click on the option that says elements, and you're going to scroll down until you find the option that says grids, and you're going to scroll down until you find this option here with 4 vertical grids just like this. Then you're going to click on spacing and put the grid spacing all the way down to 0. Then from there, you're going to click on the option that says camera roll, and you are going to click on an image and you're going to drag it into each of the grids. So again, you're going to see the option that says camera roll with the camera. Click on the image of your choice and it's going to pop up and drag it into the grid. Then from here, you can adjust it of your choice. You can double tap on each of the images to zoom in, or just slide it and move it around and crop it so that it fits correctly. I'm just going back and forth between each of my thumbnails just so I can make sure I'm doing it correctly for this tutorial, but this is the one we're focusing on. Then from here, you're going to go back into elements, and where it says search elements, you're going to search paper rip. Click on graphics, and there are plenty of options here to choose from. I'm going to use a pro option, this one right here, but you can use a free option. There's a free option right above that one that you can use. This is the one on the screen that you can use, but I'm just going to click on the pro one and it's going to pop up, and I'm just going to zoom in, and you want to put it right between the lines of the first and second image. So I'm just zooming in, and you're going to see me adjust it so that it fits right over the line and you don't see the line anymore. And it's going to give it this really cool effect, like there's a paper rip between each of the photos. And once you have it the way you want it to look, you're going to click on it and you're going to click the duplicate button, and you're going to move it to the middle, and you're going to scroll until you find the option that says flip, and you're going to flip it around until you get it the way that you want yours to look. You don't have to do that step, but I thought it would look good. And again, you are going to duplicate it and you're going to drag it to the last spot, and you're going to flip it around again if you would like, and you're just going to get it until it covers the line as best as you can get it. And I'm just going to have you watch me do this step. Once you get it the way you would like it to look, you are just going to click on the up arrow and click download. Make sure you're downloading as a PNG and save it to your camera roll. Then from here, we're going to go into our app Phonto. You're going to click the camera button and you're going to click photo albums, and you're going to add that image and click done. And then we're going to get out of Phonto real quick, and we are going to go into dafont.com. So I'm just going into Safari and searching dafont.com, and at the search bar, you're going to type in the font BEBAS NEUE regular. I'm not sure if that's how you pronounce it, but it's going to be on the screen. And you are just going to click the button that says download, click on download, and then you're going to search the next font, which is Callisten. Again, I don't know if that's how you pronounce it, but you're going to just click it download. And then at the bottom left hand corner, I'll have it circled. You're going to click on that, and then you're going to click download, and all your downloads will pop up. Then you're going to click on the BEBAS font first. You're going to hold down on it, click on share, click on Phonto, and it will have you install it. And then you're going to do the same exact steps for the second font. I already have mine installed, so it says installed, but for you, there'll be a button that says installed, and you're just going to follow the steps. Then from here, you're going to click anywhere on the screen. It's going to say add text. You're going to click it again, and you're going to add the text of your choice for the main subject. For me, it's spend a day with me, and we're going to click on where it says my fonts, and you're going to scroll until you find the BEBAS font that we downloaded. You're going to click move, and you're going to click those 2 button arrows at the bottom to center it. Then from here, you're going to click on style. You're going to click on white where it shows text, and then you're going to go to the option that says stroke, turn the alpha all the way to 100, and put the width to about 10. Then at the top, you're going to see an option that says style, and you're going to click on that, and you're going to be under shadow, and you're going to put the alpha all the way to 100%. And from here, you're just going to make it bigger by clicking size and making it bigger. Then click move, and you're going to center again by clicking the 2 bottom arrows at the bottom, just like I showed there. And this is what we have so far. Then from here, you're going to click anywhere on the screen and you're going to add a second text. And for this, we are typing in monthly reset, and we are just going to move it up. You are going to click on font, and we're going to use that second font that we saved, the Callisten font. And then you are going to click on style, and you're going to click on stroke, and you're going to put a stroke to about 8, and you're going to put the alpha to about 100. Then you're going to click on text, and you are going to select the second pink. This is the hex code on the screen, and you can pick the second pink or whatever color of your choice. And you're going to click on shadow and put the shadow all the way to 100%, and you are going to put it somewhere on the screen just like this. It's going to vary based on what yours says, but this is kind of how I'm having mine look. Then from here, you're going to click anywhere on the screen again, and you are going to type in whatever you're doing in your video. So for me, I'm typing editing, and we're going to click on font, and this time you're going to go to the option with all the fonts that are in Phonto. And you're going to find the font that's called Avenir Next Heavy. I'm not sure if that's how you pronounce it, but it'll be in the description below as well. And I'm just going to make it all lowercase, and I'm going to click on it, and then I'm going to click on style, and we're going to turn it white. And we're going to click style and turn the alpha all the way to 100 for the shadow. And for the stroke, we're going to click black and put the stroke to about 5. I believe I'm going to make it 10 later, so you can do that already, but for me, I wanted to do 5 at the moment. And then you're going to click on it, and you're going to scroll until you find the duplicate button, and you're going to do the same exact thing 2 more times. So for this one, I'm typing in nails, and again, I want it all to be lowercase, and I'm going to put it at the top over here. And I'm going to do the exact same thing 1 more time. I'm going to duplicate it, and I'm going to move it to the bottom, and I'm going to type the word hair, and then you're going to make sure it's all lowercase like I said. And again, this would completely change based on what you're doing in your video. For my photos, this is kind of what I'm doing here. Now you can leave it like this if you would like and just save it and be done with it, but I wanted to add curves to each of my words, so I'm just going to click on the one that says editing, and you're going to scroll until you find the option that says curve, and you can move it up or down. I'm just curving mine to about -10, curving it a little bit up, and then I'm going to click on nails, and I'm going to do the same thing, except I'm going to put mine to about 7 the other way. And again, I'm going to do the same thing for hair. Scroll till you find curve, and I'm just curving mine to about 10. And now you can adjust them to the way you want it to look. You can click on tilt, and you can tilt it and angle it the way that you would like it to look, but you're just going to play around with it until you get it the way that you would like yours to look, and you can watch me kind of do that. And then the last thing, like I mentioned before, I'm just clicking on stroke, and I decided to put the width to each of them to about 10 instead of 5. I just wanted them to stand out a little bit more. You don't have to do the step, but I decided to do that. But again, do what you think looks best for your own. Once you have everything the way you want it to look, you are just going to click the bottom and click save image, and this is the final thumbnail, guys.